You may think that I'm a Milwaukee fanboy, but I'm really not. I'm really not. I've used it a few times. And I really got to admit that this is by far the best top snake I've ever used. Hands down. And I'm really not a Milwaukee fanboy. If anything, I really dislike Milwaukee because they get you. Well, all the manufacturers kind of get you because after you start buying the tools, I bought the tools kind of one by one throughout my career, and one day you realize, you're like, wait a second, it would be a major pain to have 5 different types of batteries and 5 different chargers from 5 different companies: DeWalt, Makita, Milwaukee, Rigid. This is backing up. It just takes a while. So I'm really not a Milwaukee fanboy. I'm not a fan of their snakes or their flex shafts, anything. The only real tool that I'm a fan of is this snake. And when I first got this, I was like, oh, I'm throwing that away immediately. Nope. Keep this, because for bathtubs, it's a perfect little seat. Perfect little seat, and you can just sit right up next to the bathtub wall, and it's just so nice. But okay, what makes this awesome, and DeWalt also makes one similar to this, but what makes this awesome is the fact that the outer drum does not spin. And I can sit here all day and try to articulate to you why that's a huge bonus and why I like it so much, but until you've used a K45 and you have scars on your forearms from it, you won't fully understand why a top snake that doesn't spin, the outer drum doesn't spin, why it's such a benefit and why it's such an amazing invention that doesn't seem like it even required that much ingenuity. Like, why haven't they done this a lot sooner? Maybe they have, and I'm just late to the game. I don't know, but not having an outer drum that spins is beneficial in multiple ways because it's easier to control. You can lay this thing on your leg, on your lap, and use, you have this hand and you can feed it into the drain while you got this hand on the trigger. You can put it on things. It has this little base that you can put it on. I don't know, like this, for example, or like this. I mean, this wouldn't be a very good example, but if you had if this was not a pedestal, you could set it like that, run the cable with this hand. It's just, again, you have to have used a top snake that has an outer drum that spins to really appreciate something like this. So we're gonna snake this guy. I've used it like 3 or 4 times. And another thing, I really like the cable. The cable is really, I like the head on it. And then once you get the cable out far enough, it has this little bulb inside on the cable inside the drum that notifies you of, it's probably like 10 feet is left or 5 feet is left, which I thought that was a really cool idea that they did that. So for this job, I snaked this. I've filmed myself snaking this multiple times, but with the K45. So with this, I'm just gonna set it on there. But if you had the K45, I used to put my little knee pad right here. And I'd be all leaning over like, oh man, I'm just trying to do my best. And it's hard. That freaking K45 is heavy, dude. You know? So I can stand, keep my knees back. I can stay behind this little thing. I can use this hand for the trigger. It's just so much easier, man. This is not backing up. They sent me a photo showing that it was backed up, but we'll snake it anyway. All right. Before I snake it, they have this, like, you can lock it here. You can, I don't even mess with that, honestly. I don't even mess with any of this. I keep it all the way forward so I can pull it out. I feed it in myself, but it does have an auto feed feature like the rigid K45. Dude, this is, if you're considering a K45, this really is the most superior machine, because not only does the drum spin on the K45, but the one that has the little, those little things that you can push in to auto feed it, those will spin. So it's not a well thought out tool for snaking drains, the K45, in my opinion. And that was my, I'd used that for years, dude, years. And yeah, I hated using that thing. And I've used it, I think 4 times, 3 times, no, 4 times already. So, all right, let me show you how it works. I don't even know if I'm gonna have to snake this because the clog is literally right here. It's all within. It's all right there. I couldn't have grabbed it. Come on. Now I'm gonna have to snake it. Oh, there it is. There it is, right there. We'll snake it. I'll still snake it. But that's probably what was causing the clog. Okay, so check it. So we can set the camera up so you can see both. One hand, 2 hand. So we feed this down, and then there's something about that, the head on that cable, that just really slides through P-traps nicely, because this drain has always given me trouble. And as a matter of fact, earlier today, I was snaking a bathtub that has given me issues multiple times in the past, and it just went right through, no problem. So I really like the cable. It's stiff enough, yet flexible enough. It's a 5/16 cable. Got a little more hair out of there. See it? It's a pretty decent one. But all in all, I think, I can't speak for the DeWalt. I would assume the DeWalt and Milwaukee are probably made in the same Chinese factory. But they both make one that the outer drum doesn't spin. So, yeah, you would think. As soon as I pulled it out of the box, I was like, oh, I'm throwing that away. I was like, oh, let me just hold on to it for a second. This is really, I like it. I like it. The only thing that's not good about it is when you let that go, it kind of falls over. But it has a little, you put the snake, the tip, or the cable down in that. So it's pretty cool. And it's not that heavy. Maybe I kind of want to take it apart to see what it looks like on the inside, but what else can I say about this thing? Oh, it's not that loud, and it's just like any Milwaukee tool. You have the forward. This one doesn't have, oh wait, yeah, it does. It has the middle where it locks it, and then you have reverse, forward. It's just like any Milwaukee tool. So, yeah, that's about it, man.